Hey guys, what is going on, and welcome back to another Ghost of Tsushima video. This time it's going to be for week number 6, Nightmare Story Mode. Tips and tricks. I hope this helps you guys, helps your guys' gameplay. Sorry it's a little bit later this week. This week got kind of crazy, so I hope you guys understand. But either way, guys, if you guys like the video, please be sure to leave a like. If there's anything you want to add, maybe I missed something or something you like to do, please be sure to leave a comment down below and subscribe if you're not already. If not, it's all good. Love you anyway. See you on the next one, guys. Please enjoy. Peace out. Hey guys, welcome back to another tips and tricks video, guys. So first things first, Nightmare Story week 6. Our modifier this week, guys, is empowered foes. I gotta say, I literally looked everywhere and I couldn't find out what it means, so maybe one of y'all could tell me in the comments below. But anyways, chapter 1 right here, guys. The very first thing is you guys are going to be tempted to kill this little camp right here that we were just looking at, but my very first tip to you guys is to skip over that camp, and you can see how we use these little bushes right here to get close to the crow demon. If you are pretty low profile and able to get in these bushes, I definitely suggest killing this guy first. You know that he is a hassle and he's not worth keeping alive, because you're not going to be able to one-shot those guys in the first little section, and you're just going to aggro him anyways. So my suggestion to you is kill him. There's only one Tengu in the area, so kill that guy off and then fight them. So this is not a no wounded tutorial, guys. This is pretty chaotic with the way the little doggies blow up and stuff. So we did go down. This was my first game of the day, so I wanted to use this one because we did do all the objectives, and it actually aside from going down a couple times, I'm assuming because they are so empowered that we go down pretty hard, but I'm not sure, like I said. Anyways, the next thing after killing the Tengu I would suggest is to fight near the hostage. So once you kill the Tengu off, fight near the hostage as much as possible, because he will be getting attacked a lot. And make sure, if you can, to kill the dogs off as soon as possible. So as a hunter, I was able to go up here and kind of pick them off as I could. But just know that they do a lot of damage. They're very weak, but they do a lot of damage. And when there's multiple of them, it's like super stacked up. So if I would have to prioritize, I would say Tengu, dogs, and then kill off the ghosts and everyone else. The dogs are very important to stay away from. So another thing, like I was saying, the hostage is going to be getting attacked. If you put a smoke bomb around your hostage, it'll actually protect him from the time being. So kind of keep that in mind too. And I would suggest using those lanterns when you do get around ghosts. So as for chapter 1, guys, that's going to be it. So as we go into chapter 2 here, there are a few things. Obviously, guys, I feel like it's self-explanatory at this point that you want to go for the Tengu first, right? The crow demons, if you see them, right? If you know exactly where they're at, because they do, they do travel a lot. They move around a lot. So if you see them and you have a clear path to them, then I would suggest going for the crow demons first. Just know that you're going to be aggroing the whole camp at some point anyways, just because of the simple fact that it is nightmare mode. And unless you guys are, working as a great team and team killing, like double assassinating or critical strike and finishing off the big guys, they're not going to go down on the first hit or even the second hit. So as you work with the teammate, I suggest double assassinating everything, right? Failed to mention that earlier with the actual Tengu on the first section and this section and anywhere else. You want to double assassinate. You guys kind of want to use that tactic throughout everything. Make sure that you guys are, utilizing that opportunity and that ability to double assassinate. You guys can do it at the same time and it will do double damage. You do not have to wait. With the Tengu, I do not suggest waiting. So if you guys are able to get close right here, unfortunately we did aggro him. If you guys are able to get close to the Tengu, double assassinate and do not let him get his crow demons off if you can help it. It happens sometimes, I get it, but to the best of your guys' ability, double assassinate and kill everything. And even if you guys have everyone aggroed, definitely fight the same guy as often as possible so you can put them down harder. With that said, guys, movement is very important because of the fact that these guys are kind of wild, and you know, with the dogs blowing up and the ghosts being in this specific story mode, I suggest being very aware. Like, yes, fight the same person with your teammate, but try not to, like, you know, get tunnel vision on the guy you guys are fighting. Be aware of your surroundings, roll around, utilize the lanterns, utilize your smoke bombs, and utilize your sticky grenades, everything that you can to get these guys off of you, because the faster you kill them, the easier it is. I mean, I feel like that's self-explanatory, but you know, you kind of don't want to take your time with these guys, because once they group up, it becomes pretty difficult. If you guys watch my other videos, I do talk about kiting as a hunter. You want to make sure that you're bringing them around. So, you know, I shoot him here, roll out, back up, shoot him again, right? Keep them at bay. You don't want to fight with your katana as much as possible unless it's absolutely necessary as a hunter. Now, for this specific area, it is pretty large, and you see that we have to start here with this camp. It doesn't exactly matter. Once you go across the river here, it doesn't really matter which side you start with, because there is hostages on each side. But what I will say is, do not aggro both sides. Try to kill off these archers as fast as possible, because they teleport freaking everywhere. So you'll see me right here use my special to, you know, kill one extremely, you know, do a lot of damage to the other one, and then try to finish them off as fast as possible, because they will start teleporting. And there have been instances where they do teleport to the other side of the camp, and then you have to deal with 2 hostages, right, possibly being killed, and that is an extreme hassle. So luckily my samurai had his ultimate right there, and we did aggro a Tengu. Unfortunately, it is kind of hard to tell where they're at because their paths are pretty random. So as long as you put him down, guys, he is easy to kill. It's just the crows that are a pain in the ass to deal with. So it doesn't matter which way. I just say do not aggro the other camp while you're doing this. So try your best to keep everything on one side, and don't split up on this part. I know in the past I've said it's okay to split up in certain levels. Do not split up on this part, because if you have both camps, it's just chaos, right? Like, I went down here, and if he was at the other side, he wouldn't have been able to get to me, because if he was on his way here, you know, there would have been a possibility that the other hostage was going to start getting attacked. So you want to make sure that you are not aggroing both sides. I know I already said that enough. Let's move on. So when it comes to locations of the scroll and the chest, if you are trying to do all the objectives, you can get the chest in any one of the chapters, right? So you can get in the first chapter, the second chapter here, or the third and final chapter where you do have to fight Kojiro and the final boss. So just be aware. If you do this enough, you kind of start to see all the locations. But when it comes to the scroll on this area, it was kind of hard for me at first to figure out where it was at. You'll see a little bit later on. I will show you guys where the scroll is. And every time I've seen the scroll in this specific area, if it's not at the main tent, it's going to be in this area right here. So after we kill this hostage in this, or after we get this hostage, we go directly to where the scroll is at.
The ghost traveled toward the mountains, hoping they could stop the devil and find the cave that had terrified the villagers.
So as you guys can see in this little house right here, this is typically where the scroll is. If it's not in the main tent where the first hostage was, you can pick it up right here and be on your way to the treasure if you guys do have the Oni treasure. I've seen it on the little island across, and I've also seen it right here, mostly right here under the bridge.
A sense of dread rushed over the ghosts. The monastery loomed over the trees.
All right, guys, so here we are in chapter 3 of the Crow Demons of Otsuna, and we do have the curse. As you can see, I know the curse can be a little daunting, but if you're with a teammate that you can either 1 communicate with, or 2 is actually competent, because this is a random queue that you're watching that I did play earlier, it actually is not that bad, considering in this specific section everything is kind of in a linear path. So we did fight those 2 guys right there, and we did a pretty good job dispatching them. And as you can see, we double team this Tengu right here, and I hit that lantern because I saw this little ghost guy coming up. But double team the Tengu. There is, I think, about 3 Tengu in this area. That was one, and then once we round the corner, you will see another 2. You see us working as a team here. He's fighting off this melee guy. I killed the archer in the back. This is kind of how you have to do it if you do have an archer, which is actually pretty helpful. Or if you're both hunters, it works as well. But make sure you're keeping track of each other's health. Make sure you're keeping track of always where your teammate is at when you're doing this curse, just because it is really difficult. You can use your bow to hit the lantern. I don't know if you guys already know that, but if you shoot it from a distance, it does trigger the lantern effect. And like I said, guys, you want to use that as much as possible when it comes to fighting these spirits, just because they are so invisible, and it actually becomes really difficult to see them sometimes, especially in the midst of battle, until it's too late, right? So right here's a little difficult. You are going to aggro the Tengu and in the far section, right? Unless you guys want to split up and try to kill them, because they are pretty easy to kill, but there is ghosts defending them, so be careful. He had his special right there, and that's another tip that I want to make in this area, just because you do kind of want to save your special for the final boss. Right here it worked because I still had mine, and we go into the fight with Kojiro, and we are able to kind of dispatch a little easier. It did take me a second to find a good angle to use my special. Luckily with the samurai or assassin, their ultimates do allow them to kind of, attract, go directly to the enemy. However, as a hunter, you have to make sure you have clear LOS or line of sight. So a pointer right here, guys, when you first come into this fight, I want to make it a point to where you and your teammate need to assassinate 1 person. I know it's tempting to split up and kind of, try to take both of them on, but I say this because it's easier to kill 1 person off quick, because obviously you're going to aggro everyone, and then just only have to deal with the remaining 4, meaning Kojiro, his 2 crazy Oni spear psycho guys, and that other ghost. So you should be able to kill both of those first spirits off before you have to deal with Kojiro and his 2 bodyguards. And once you kill them off, guys, it's just a fight from there, right? You just kite them around. I still had my special. He gained enough resolve to use his special again, and that's it. It is a simple path to Kojiro. You do the fight, and then you're done. The curse becomes really simple because it's not really spread out, kind of like the last weeks where there was a huge camp and you had to spread out. It's a lot easier to stay close together. So guys, those are kind of my tips and tricks on how to handle and do all objectives with Nightmare Story Week 6. I hope this helped you guys out, and I hope it allows you to pass it, get that good loot, and that weekly reward. If you guys have any questions, or if you guys want to add anything, please feel free to drop it in the comments below. Be sure to leave a like if you do like, and subscribe. If not, it's all good. I still love y'all anyways, and we'll catch y'all on the next one. Peace out.